of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed in attaining all in that which is your need? To be heard by the real answerer of all deeds, the true hero of all whom pleads. Who of you really want to bow down to the true King of Kings commanding the crown? To worship the one that ever rules alone, commanding everything of creation from the seat of its throne.
Because they don't accept them.
Right.
You see? And then you got some that is afraid of the Caucasians, terrified. But they can't let their brothers and sisters see that they terrified them. So when they get away from the Caucasians, they go back in the community, they talk all this tough talk about the Caucasians.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I'm the same now as I'm going to always be.
Right.
If I go and sit with the elite Caucasians, I'm going to be what I am and talk what I talk.
Mm-hmm.
If that's called for.
Right.
I either put me or give me a balance where I flow like water. Water seeks its own level. Whatever situation I get in, I seek situation.
Right.
You understand? But truth of me always rise to the top of every situation I get into. You understand? And that's what the Caucasians have seen that have worked closely with me. They've seen me rise to the top. They know they won't shake the tree. They didn't shake the tree because they knew.
Right.
But they watched to see how the African Americans around me was affected, or other Caucasians was affected by my presence.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So, you know, and my problem has always been the jealous brothers.
Yeah.
Why do Caucasians respect him? Why they act like that?
Mm-hmm.
He got to be brown nosing. What's going on with that man? You know,
Right.
he got to be doing something for them, man. I'm doing nothing but telling the truth. And they respect truth.
Mm-hmm.
The Caucasians respect Saleem, Abdul, Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Rahman. They respect that more than they respect Wilson, Jones, Ransom.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Right.
When they see a black man with one of their father's names,
Mm-hmm.
they don't respect him as much as they see an African American man with a free name.
Mm-hmm.
And see, they try to fool us and make us think that Saleem and Muhammad is subject only to the Arabs, the Aryan Arabs in Mecca and Arabia. That's a lie. You go in Africa and many of them names is Muhammad and Saleem and Abdul and what have you.
Right.
Because the Muslims, you know, our people, the Africans that flow the covenant flowed down all through Africa.
That's right.
It's like they try to act like Egypt ain't a part of Africa. You talk about Africa, then you talk about Egypt. And some people don't even realize.
Right.
Some people think Egypt is part of Arabia. you know what I'm saying? They don't, those who are uneducated, they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And they look at Ethiopia, man, and don't realize that Abyssinia and Ethiopia was the same. And those are Muslims and Christians who believed in the covenant of Moses, the Hebrews, and that's where Muhammad's mother came from.
That's right.
She was one of them, black person.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Father was dark skinned, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And here go all these changes, man, and the people don't want to think for themselves, you know. But one thing is that my Lord, I believe, is going to allow me to document the books on electronic.
Okay.
You know, publish it electronically where we'll be able to read the books. But, you know, it just gets me. But I have to do what I have to do. You know, I got to receive the books, write the books. Now I got to read the books and put the books out there as a donation, to get more books out there.
Mm-hmm.
Got to carry the books.
Mm-hmm.
Got to do everything and to sit back and wait for people to say, man, I don't want to be that. After all this work. You know what I mean? But that's been my plight.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
They prefer a world of fronting. Fronting is easier. It's surface. Question about how they Afro-American, how people, and just Afro-Americans will take easy route, the Christian route of saying all you have to do is just take
Well,
Jesus.
that's why it's there. That's why it's
Easy.
there. And the Muslims have made it easy too. All you gotta do is, make your prayers and get prepared to fight the holy war, kill some people, or whatever, and it's just too much stuff going on, man. Where the practicality of Islam and the religion of truth of the Christ has been taken away from us, and because there's so many people, and human beings are such a migrating species of being, because so many people have been taken by the devil, that automatically gains more people. People get attracted by numbers. Get attracted by numbers. See, what the Lord said to me is this: them people listening to me, they're not going to respond until hell break loose on them. And those who don't believe, they're not going to believe till the Lord's wrath come down. They're going to be like Noah's son, man. Noah's son believed in the end. Before he took that last gulp of water, before that shark came and bit his behind off, before he gave food for the sea.
Yeah.
Just like Pharaoh believed.
That's right.
When that tsunami came, that water came up and snatched them troops. He said, I believe in the God of Moses. By the time he got back to his wife, his mind was all messed up again. But in that moment, when he thought he was gone and he seen his people being taken, his arm being taken, he believed. And see, the Lord said they don't have enough pain yet. And I try to tell our people, man, but see, people be thinking like, I don't like what he's saying. Like, I'm making it up.
Yeah.
Get him for what he said. I'm making it up. I ain't making this up. This is fact. It's fact. And you know what? You don't have to investigate me. You don't have to investigate me. Just wait. Surely as the sun gonna shine tomorrow.
That's right.
Time gonna move on. And in time, you gonna see if I'm true or not.
And the fact that you're the messenger that you're here, that time is shorter than they may imagine.
Well, as they disbelieve, I'm not the messenger. To them.
That's right.
But the thing about it is the Lord said in this day and time, in this new day, my name is the name that is going to present to those who died.
That's right.
Did not you hear the words of my messenger, Holy-Apostle Deen? Now, think that's another crazy thing? So be it.
That's right. I into something, man.
Yeah, you
People
giving them a choice. The illusion of a choice. They're giving them something,
And see, the people of the book before us, the Muslims,
feel the book. That's right.
they the people of the book before us.
That's right.
Some don't want to hear it, but another book has come down, so they are the people of the book before us. And when Allah talked about the people of the book before us in the Quran, he was talking about the Christians and the Jews and the Hindus and the Buddhists and all of them. The Muslims have become a part of that group, the people of the book before us.
And he's called them to that in the Quran. And that which was here, which is present, which is yet to come. Now, how many? But they translated now to it. Don't believe in the hereafter now. That's how they get you now.
Yeah.
They mistranslate the Quran.
Try to make like the mountains that Allah gonna smash is in the hereafter. What they know about the hereafter? See, that's what I'm talking about, practicality.
Yeah.
Allah's not gonna talk to you about something that's not practical. What it tells you about the hereafter is what's practical about the hereafter. You're not gonna be dying and then be walking around about with lightning and thunder and stuff in heaven. Come on now. You're going to judgment in the life hereafter, and then your mind going to be taken from heaven to where the throne is at,
right,
to either hell or paradise. In the mountains, that's significant to this world. What's going on with the people in this world?
Right. And
you see physical mountains literally being smashed, and mountains going to be splitting, the earth going to be splitting the sun and things of that nature. But Allah is going even further than that and using those terminologies symbolically. Like mountains being the nuns and the islands being the priests and the stones being their philosophy and their covenants and what have you that they try to hide under and things of that and breaking all that stuff down. You understand what I'm saying? But it's still pertinent to this world, so it's practical. But they try to make like, you know how you see those specials on TV, history and the biography channels and different things, science channel. They want to make like they got to go through so many changes of trying to discover the truth of the book. And they got people sitting up year after year. Did they figure it out yet? They've been figured it out. They've been know the truth. They know the truth, but as long as they can keep you thinking that they're looking for it, they keep you waiting for it to come, and you taking their word about what it may be or what it may not be, and so forth and so on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They keep the confusion going.
Yeah.
The Lord has made it clear from age after age after age after age that it is the one to be sought. And it is the one that relates. It is the one that teaches how you write and how you the pen. It is the one who teaches the language. It is the one who teaches mathematics. It is the one who teaches prayer. The one who teaches everything. The Lord tells you there's a way to it through your heart and purity of faith.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord has, even the language of the soul, which has been lost, the laws and orders of the soul, how man is connected to the bridge of his soul. And the Lord is bringing those things back to the clarity of understanding, to let you know that you can get, there's a way for you to get to it, to get to righteousness. If the Lord don't come itself unto you, which it may not, it will send an angel to you. So all those people who think that they got to be crazy, somebody's crazy for hearing voices, they're the sick ones. Mm-hmm. Because they're taking what the Lord is saying and they're throwing it behind their back to act as though it don't exist. It's like going to a psychiatrist, and many of the psychiatrists need psychiatrists.
Yeah.
They're some sick people, but they're giving public stature.
Yeah.
Doctors of the mind, and they go crazy. And they have to sit on the psychiatrist. Psychiatrists have to calm them down and straighten them out to keep them going. So they believe in everything that's written in the books before that came before them from the other medical doctors.
Yeah.
So if they go and diagnose you, they diagnose you by the history of somebody else, not by your own being.
That's right.
Or they're the insightful to that.
They don't have insight. They sick people that go by the books and what they taught.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But how many people in the world don't hear voices? Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hears voices. That's part of our nature.
It just so happens when they always show you on television, when they're in the news, the one voice they go kill somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So them people crazy. That's what you want to do.
But the bad part about it is the Lord will curse certain people.
Oh, yeah.
And the devil do make them do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just like the Lord compels me to do things, the Lord will release the devil on you for not listening to it, for not obeying it, for not monitoring yourself and staying in the straight path of the covenant, and it will release devils on you, and you will hear them devils, and you will think that that's you telling it. That's you figuring out something that you will imagine that you got the answer to things, man, and you go get involved in those things, and when those things collapse on you, you be like, oh, shucks. And if Allah let you know that the devil talked to you, be like, the devil made me do it. And they be saying, this guy crazy.
Mm-hmm.
No, that guy real. His act was foolish. His act was unwise.
Mm-hmm.
He was totally taken by the devil. You call him insane. What is insane? It's inwardly sane. Yeah, he was inwardly sane, relating to what was going on inside of him, and it was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
For that particular individual who did that evil.
Mm-hmm.
So why you want to try to act like the messengers is wrong? Message of Allah, because they speak from the inward realm. You got to go in. The Lord tells you, you got to go in.
That's right.
All the prophets had to go in. And the devils of the Muslims, the jinn tell you, oh, there's no room for mysticism in Islam, no room for spirituality. Nah, that's wrong. They're liars. They're devils. when the prophets that led them, led their fathers, dealt with the mysticism and the spirituality. That's the lifeblood of the religion.
I need to show you that with all the message of prophets, man. Anyone that Ahezaah brought to become his messenger and servant, it took him to away from the world and going to enlightenment, going to the meditation, contemplation. Muhammad went to the cave.
Yeah.
Siddhartha went out from his being rich, left that world to go into the wilderness and said, people thinking of getting the foods that the Bodhi tree made right. No. He said that contemplation about
they try to think like the Bodhi tree had something to do with him.
Yeah,
He's sitting on the Bodhi tree with some shade, man.
That's it.
He tried to get some shade and do some, then get into some meditation outside. He said he became enlightened under the Bodhi tree. Praise be to the Bodhi tree. You know, and then the devil started having little Bodhi trees that they making millions of dollars off the Bodhi trees or whatever. You know, them little trees. Bonsai, you know, to associate that with the Buddha. You know, they've been doing that in China for thousands of years. It's
funny you mention that because I usually sent you a letter to one brother, call himself the Dalai Lama.
Right.
Now
and he said, and then people said, praise be to Allah that you here.
Yeah. Now they got him now, besides
go check
his brain. Even further now, he did a program recently on television trying to put out the wisdom. And as he spoke, I think he's a much, man, being in contact, getting to know you, man, hearing people of different religions talk. I'm like, wow. If they think he enlightened, he may be tough, but he came to mind to be like another brother that passed away.
You know what gave me a sign?
I said, whoa.
Hold on to that.
Okay.
What gave me a sign of him was when I sent him the letter and he was over in India, right? That was where he was exiled to India, right?
Yeah.
And his people said, praise be to Allah that you're here, because they said, we understand who you are and so forth and so on. Praise be to Allah. And they contacted him and he had to change his mind. Evidently, the government contacted him too, because where did he come? He came right here to New York. And New York and New Jersey. He came close enough for me to come to make a fool of myself to come to him so he could denounce me.
Yeah.
That's what the Lord said. If he could come to right over across the water in New York and he know where I'm at, right, why he couldn't make a trip to see me?
That's right.
His people said.
So they kept him here a little while, kept a few meetings in the open. Jen want to see if I'm going to come. And then he goes from that to he's supposed to be a divine man, a holy man. And he going to let some people of the world stick machines up on his brain to send out a message to the people of the world to further lead them astray, to make like he got a special brain that they gonna lock in on the electronic waves of his brain to prove that he got some kind of development going on that the average man did not have going on. First of all, the Lord Most High would not have let his man been used in that manner.
Right.
For what money? For what fame? For what power? You know?
That's right.
Many are the false prophets that come from those lands in the east and put on they act. You know? Who's more evil than the selected popes who become canonized, made holy by other men who claim their holiness, and then play that game where we got to see miracles before we can canonize them, and then they cover these fake miracles and associate them to these guys and say he's a saint, and then they have people worshiping them as saints.
Yeah.
Or calling the name of Saint Mary, calling the name of Saint Jude, calling the name of Saint John, I guess they're going to call the name of Mother Teresa, Saint Mother Teresa. You know what I'm saying? It's like worshiping men who could not help themselves in this life. That'd be like me telling somebody, worship me when I die. Get the hell out of here.
A.H.A.D gave a component of my book about that, canonization against that.
Yes, it is.
A component about that.
It is. It's against them.
You know?
It is against them.
And it wasn't until either let's become a contact with you that you talked about when reading Revelations coming through Christianity, coming to now, that they had always thinking that the Antichrist is only one, but I explained now it's institution. Now it makes more sense now. It makes more sense though. And the institution anti-crack because the institution has a hand in everything, and everybody touches everyone upon everything. And I think about the game we always do. We talk about chess, for example, the game, and how the pawns, the people are the pawns in that game, and the people behind them, the kings and the queens of the game, are the pullers of the strings of the people. You go do that, you go do that, you go do this, you go do that. And then the people, when they get caught out there, things happen, they say, "Oh shit!" But where you go? It's the jinn they're hitting. They don't.
Yeah, right.
So the next person then will be this guy here. Like, oh, he told me to do that, and he's still a pawn, another behind another extension of that game again. Figurehead behind the figurehead, you know.
Yeah.
And all the people see is the pawn. The lower people.
Right.
Like we mentioned the drug, all our folks mentioned the drug, everything again. We don't have the authority to fly planes this country, bring the drugs in again. But the little guy in the corner don't get the time, to get the time for peddling a little bit of drugs.
Right.
But someone here to get it from somewhere else, but they got from somewhere else.
And then look at this contradiction. Look at this irony, I should say. They set up this thing now where you got the school rule. You know, if you peddle drugs so many feet
from the school,
how the heck they gonna do something like that? It should be if you peddle drugs anywhere in the city, for that matter. You understand what I'm saying? But the irony of it is this: they got the fathers of this country bringing the drugs and allowing the drugs to come into these communities, and then they castigating the uneducated people who have no way to make money, who have no hope. You understand? Because there's ways to make money. Because that pissed me off when I see people out there begging and standing, interrupting, interfering with you because they think you got a little bit of money. And instead of them going and finding a decent hustle. And I'm not talking about take a bucket of dirty water and throw it on your window and try to get $1. I'm talking about going out there, setting yourself up and really having an order where you may be trying to serve somebody for some money, or even selling bags or whatever, a salesman job or whatever. Do something other than that particular thing, like you said, that is their job. And let me just add this. Going off this subject a little bit, man, because it is irony that, like they got our uneducated people who have no hope and they only see hope in making that quick dollar. Any animal gonna try to find a way to survive, man. You take a little look in the jungle. You take a smaller cat, see lions over there, he might try to sneak out and snatch a little grub somewhere, away from them. And that's what the people do. They out there selling drugs, they trying to snatch a little grub, but it's a bad thing because they're falling for the devil and they're killing their own people. They don't even realize they're killing their own people by selling them drugs, by participating. That's the whole thing about them, not the fact that they trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? And much of it comes from their wants and not their needs. But I done lost.
So they call it a vicious cycle.
It's a cycle.
So there's a cycle that's determined and set up by the people that own the planes, that can control the planes, that can control the product. And
this world's going to the two ends of the thing.
I was trying to make it. I just flew off my head.
It's between those two ends of the streams again, the have and the have-nots.
Yeah.
And the middle is being pushed all together. So you look and see those people there, the jinn and most of the jinn are the haves.
Right.
How you find
and who's standing around hating black folks?
Right.
Not black folks, but hating the have-nots. The middle class.
The middle class, right.
The jinn got the middle class mad as hell at the have-nots. Because they said if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be spending all these taxes and I would be having what the haves have. You know what I mean? So I hate you. And the gents sitting back laughing at both of them. They ain't got to come in our community and be mad with us. Some of the sweetest people in the world, some of the nicest people in the world that you come to are the gents.
Yeah.
They will come, they will hug you, they give you an attaboy,
I'm gonna money in their pocket,
but they happy to come down. They act like they're your friend. They masters of deceit. Masters. But it's those middle class people, they mad, sniffing their nose up like that. I hate you. They be your managers and your supervisors on your job making extra money. They be hating you. love you, scrub, I hate you. But they won't come and tell you, but they do harm to you on your job, man. They don't care about your family. They'll fire you.
That's it.
Bring misery, and that hatred that they have going on, they bring it right to the job. And their job is their religion and their lives. They chasing that dollar more than the have-nots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they believe in that dollar, man. They some bad people. And those are the ones that's our great enemies amongst our people.
Yes, yes, sir.
Those are the ones, and those are the ones that be giving voice in the media.
Yeah.
Those are, they ain't listening to the downtrodden people. I always say
Jesse's, all of them, the people that got a little cash, a little money, you know.
I always say that the downtrodden, don't underestimate a downtrodden person, because that person is still a human being, and he or she got a voice, and that voice can ruin you.
Oh yeah.
Because the general will take that voice and use it against you. You know, Samuel Jackson again. He used to sleep in the train tracks station.
Crack out and everything.
They crack out and everything. Look at him now. Can't tell that brother nothing. In Hollywood, they took him and made him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I guess they probably doing backflips over Mel Gibson. He getting too close to telling the truth. I can't stand him. The Englishman, where he from? Australia.
And the funny thing about that, they did the opposite. They did Samuel, you brought him up.
They
so now he was the golden boy, but now they got to take him down. He's talking about the truth now. See, he's not talking about coloring anything. He's bringing the truth, you know, through his movies or whatever.
And the other time when he made it had this drunken tirade, they would have protected him and covered him.
Right. He cursed it, no, but you know I got him because he cursed the Jews. That's what he got him now, really. Now, talking about the Jews, what Hollywood behind the media? Oh, we gotta get him for real now.
Now he's like some of those athletes. They getting stopped by cops, like the cops don't know who Mike Tyson is, don't know who Gibson is, and they stop him. Let's check your license and busting them down. You know,
outside of the house.
Yeah, man. Probably had cops sitting out there somewhere waiting for this nigga move.
Again, the dudes of evil, they showing you again who they making them popular, who they want to make unpopular, who they want to take down. If you're not for their cause anymore, like you mentioned Bruce Willis again, he was that one rebel without a cause.
Now he's their hero.
He's their hero, you know.
Now he's their hero, man. And they do that so easy through the electronic media. But I fault my people because they hear these truths and they still refuse to listen. They go and sit in front of a television set and believe that hype. They believe that hype. And they got us looking at the Wayne Wade and Shaq, you know, Shaq my boy and everything, you know, and all the rest of those athletes, and that's the hype. You know, they got so many millions of black kids thinking they gonna become and you know
be sold for
$2 man. It's terrible.
And it's a shame because our people have become limited to only that. I say every young kid needs to rap on the corner. That's how they gonna make. I'm gonna be like 50. I'm gonna be like Jay-Z. I'm like, right. So now they getting schooled. Now that we push so much the public education, but we push the education of truth. Their thing is, I ain't gonna work. I had the young brother tell me one day he was out there hustling, get a job. He said, I can't make more money on the block doing this. But you get a little, you know, job with McDonald's and everything because they say that's beneath them. To them, that's beneath them. I was like, wait a minute, you going to cops every day. You got to duck the cop, but that is me and him. I can't work that job.
Living a lifestyle of
he was like, that's beneath him. When he said, I had a laugh, I said, well, yeah.
You know,
he was serious.
You know, the gen controls large media markets. Things that's owned in the large media, like athletic teams. You had to get approved by teams. How they let a guy who says he was a thug, he's a rap thug, and what have you, own a professional basketball team, when before they took the brothers through hell for them to get any ownership of anything. Because they know that which man they get. They got them, man. They getting the ones that's not gonna be a threat to them, but it's gonna be a threat to their own people.
Right.
You know, no matter how you twist it and turn it, what the cause is, you gonna remember what that brother was saying, and that's where you walk, and your children gonna walk behind him in that. Man, he's just piece of prejudice.
Who of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed?